we are joined by Mr. A.G. Rao, Group Managing Director at ManpowerGroup India. Manpower has come out with its hiring report, and we are joined by Mr. Rao to talk about this report. Mr. Rao, thank you so much for joining us on NDTV Profit. Now, your report is showing quite an optimistic picture when it comes to hiring. What kind of hiring trends can be expected in the third quarter and the fourth quarter in India?
Okay, when we did the survey among 5,000 plus more employers, so the pulse is very optimistic, and we are looking at a very positive trend in terms of hiring, given the stable environment in the economy today. And also we are looking at some few specific sectors like mining and construction, manufacturing, services are more optimistic compared to the other sectors. And we see this is one of the best reports in the recent times we received on the Employment Outlook survey.
All right, and the sectors that you mentioned, mining, there's still some cloud as far as regulatory approvals are concerned. What are the other sectors like services? I think also we are expecting a good pickup. And which sectors will there be a lax pickup where the growth will not be that good?
See, if you look at on the mining scenarios, the clouds are getting cleared slowly. What we see the way some of the things are happening, I think this would get cleared soon. And as you said, services sector is very optimistic, and also we see a lot of uptake in the manufacturing segment. If you look at some of the IT sector and all those things, they will continue to be upbeat, but we are not seeing a big momentum there. So what we are seeing today is on the manufacturing, services, and mining and construction, where the mood is very positive, and we see a lot of uptake going forward.
Right. Mr. Rao, you're saying that you're expecting a vigorous fourth quarter hiring pace. Now, when we speak to the industry here, we understand that on the ground things are yet to pick up. So apart from the sentiment, there hasn't been any big change as such. And you're expecting things to get better in the fourth quarter. Have you started seeing some kind of green shoots already, and then in which particular sectors?
Okay, we already started seeing this. First thing is this investment comes with the confidence. I think the sentiment is changing for good, and we already started seeing a number of people approaching us in terms of hiring the talent, right, and also in the area, and want to keep their force ready with signings in the upcoming areas, and we already started seeing the green shoots in this.
Right, and when we talk about different regions, you're most optimistic about the southern part of the country, but you're expecting, nothing significant especially in the east and the western part of the country, right? No, we are looking.
This report is looking very optimistic in south and west. Both the regions are very optimistic, and if you look at the sentiment in north and east, still remains the same, but we're seeing a lot of uptake in the southern region and the western region. That's what our report says.
Right. Are employers also saying or indicating that they want to increase training, because getting the right manpower is also a Herculean task? Will this increase spends in training?
Yes. See, if you look at the technology, trends are changing, and also the competencies they need to build. So most of the employers are talking a lot about the training, and they also started spending money on training now.
All right. And compared to the rest of the world, where we are seeing a decent pickup in growth in regions like the US, how does it compare with the hiring plans of companies there vis-a-vis what we're seeing in Indian companies?
See, if you look at this particular quarter, and optimism going forward, India is now, if you look at, we survey in many countries, but this time the report of India looks very bright, and we are on top of the world today. If you compare to the other countries like US, Taiwan, New Zealand, and any other market, the Indian employers are very optimistic, and this report throws out a very positive outlook for India.
Right. Mr. Rao, in your survey, you're also saying that employers are reporting stronger hiring prospects for mining and construction sector as well as services sector. But when it comes to public administration and education and manufacturing, it is not as optimistic as other sectors are. But considering, the way government is focusing a lot on manufacturing, PM also said, come make in India, and a plan is also going to be laid out very soon. Don't you think manufacturing will also see a pickup in this year itself?
See, we see manufacturing would be at the levels of optimism what we have in mining and construction services sector. Maybe it will take 2 to 3 quarters more, because what happens is the manufacturing, some of the policies has to be put in place. Thereafter, a lot of employers will finalize their investment plans. Then they start hiring the people. I think this will start in 2 to 3 quarters. That's what we expect.
All right, Mr. Rao, thank you so much for joining us here on NDTV Profit and talking to us about this new survey, which is quite optimistic. Manpower has come out with this new survey, and they are optimistic that the hiring activity is likely to pick up in a big way, at least in the fourth quarter of this financial year.